Hello everyone. I thought I'd do another pack and ship video for eBay. For eBay or wherever you're selling something. Bear with me. I have a cold. Thankfully there's no bear in this room. On eBay I sold the radiator and the water pump from a Toro 523 DXI diesel Toro garden tractor. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I got it spring of 23, 65.8 hours on it. I'm the third owner. The first owner I think was an elderly guy, and someone young ran it, didn't check the oil, ran the engine out of oil. Anyway, enough of that story. So this is a pack and ship video. The factory, the machine shop, large machine shop, small factory I work at. I'm working in receiving and floor maintenance and stuff. And we got a package in that came in this, and then that foam right there came in that. Sorry, my kitchen's a mess. And pretty much perfect size for packing this radiator and the water pump, because the same guy in Southwest Michigan, he had asked if I was going to relist these two parts on eBay, and he says if you really relist them, I'll probably buy them. So I relisted them 8 nights ago. And thankfully I had a buy it now option, and he bought both of them right away. And at a pretty good price too, less than $100 plus shipping. But if you are shipping anything anywhere, you have to assume, no matter if it's UPS, FedEx, or the Postal Service, or even a regional package delivery company, you gotta assume that the worst employee is going to handle that package, is going to throw it, is going to drop it, is not going to give a crap, or they might be in have a hangover because it's Monday morning, or they might be mad at their girlfriend or mad at the world, and you gotta assume that it's going to be handled with carelessly. So that's what I learned. I learned years ago. Years ago I sold an axle. Oh, must have been 12, 15 years ago. I sold an axle from an differential from an MTD garden tractor. Put them in a long box. Didn't put any packing peanuts in it. Didn't. I just put it in a box and taped it and shipped it. And it arrived with a hole in the box, and all the parts were there, but the buyer let me know the package didn't hold up too well. So I took my packaging efforts much farther since then. I don't know if I've already spent probably an hour on this one. I was going to have the water pump up here and then build layers of cardboard around it, and I thought no, that'll make it the package bigger. So I'm sorry about that. So I put the water pump over here, and then I just layered. So when you are shipping anything anywhere, good thick cardboard. At the factory I work at, I got this 3-layer cardboard. I don't know where else you're going to get 3-layer cardboard. I don't think you're going to find it at Walmart. You might find 2-layer cardboard, maybe at a UPS store, or Menards or something. And this all this cardboard right here, I also got this week, working at the factory. I looked at it and I thought, I got to ship out that radiator and water pump, and I could use that. I do have packing peanuts in the other room and bubble wrap, but I thought, well, this stuff is free, so you gotta assume that packing peanuts can settle over a while, and whatever you put in the package can move around, just like, you know, your cereal. You open up your cereal box in the middle in the morning, a brand new box, and it's in the top, you know, quarter of it has nothing because its contents will settle. It actually says that, will say that on a box of cereal. Contents may settle. So that's the thing with packing peanuts. But you know, a nice razor blade knife is good for cutting this cardboard. You know, a nice tape measure, or even you know, here's more of this 3-layer cardboard I got from the factory. I will measure, like I measured which gap was it? It was this gap right here, because the radiator cap sticks out. This gap, 4 inches wide by 15 inches. I think that's 15 inches long. So I measured it and marked the piece with a marker and a straight ruler, and then I cut it. Then I cut it with the razor blade knife, and kind of like putting a puzzle together. That's what it can be, doing a package. But I have actually, some of the feedback I have received on my eBay account is people noting how good my packaging is. I have some items, multiple items I've sold. I've spent over an hour packaging the item, and that makes a difference. You know, you don't want your item to arrive damaged. You know, I don't want to receive anything damaged. Probably 10 years ago, I bought a Nylint toy semi-trailer on eBay. Must have been a young man. I think it was a young man, a new seller to eBay, and he just put it in a box and taped it and labeled it. And it arrived with the rear end of the trailer, you know, because it was rectangular, it was bent. So it was bent over, kind of squatted. I was able to bend it back and to, you know, which really didn't permanently damage it. It wasn't bent. It was bent out of square, basically, but it wasn't permanently damaged. And I let the seller know, you know, you got to put more work into your package. And I says, I'm just not going to leave feedback for you, but I'm just going to tell you what happened. And anyway, so yeah, see, there's this little. This is from the screen. The screen goes on one side of the radiator on this, and but you get really, if you care about details, that can really make a difference in how your package holds up. And another thing, where is it? Where there's this Duct, High Performance Duck brand tape, and I hate this stuff. This stuff sucks. Walmart used to sell Scotch brand shipping tape. They do not anymore. I'm very disappointed because It usually works better. This is one of the last rolls of Scotch shipping tape I bought through Walmart. It's one that has, it's not as noisy. It's easier to pull, but it doesn't have as much glue on it. It doesn't stick as well. But I really need to find somewhere else than Walmart to get my shipping tape. But this stuff splits. You pull on it, or if it falls down back onto the roll where you have to try and find the end of the tape, you're fighting with it for minutes and minutes and minutes trying to pull it up. And with, you'll have better luck with the 3M shipping tape than you will trying to find the end of this Duck brand tape. This stuff sucks. Because once you get, okay, there's the edge right there. Once you get to it, start pulling it up, it's going to split. It's going to split this way. And I really should see if Lowe's or Menards carries the 3M stuff. I'm willing to pay more and not have to fight the darn tape as I'm dealing with it. I literally have, I must have 10 or 12 of these dispensers. I carry tape like this in each vehicle. I have multiples at home. And it's very useful to have shipping tape with you, at least for me. But yeah, that's my tips for today. Sorry about the cold. It's not too bad. I'm not really sick, thankfully. I took some of my Veracid pill vitamins last Wednesday. It's Sunday, November 9th, 2025. But yeah, wouldn't it be nice if I had a little bit deeper voice for being on YouTube? A little bit of Barry White. But anyway, yep, I'm going to have to put another layer. These are drained. I think those are called petcocks on there. Little drain thing. So I'll have to put another layer in the bottom here. That's covered. That's the radiator cap right there. So attention to detail, and basically if you care about the person you sold the item to getting the item packed well and intact and not damaged, it's really going to make a difference for whether you're selling on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. Occasionally I actually sell stuff to people out of state through Craigslist. I sold a guy, I think down in Illinois, I sold him a gearbox from a Toro Groundsmaster. I think that was in 2024. He called me up, talked to me for a while, and he must have trusted me by just talking to me for 5-10 minutes, sent me a check. I got the check cleared, I packed it up, shipped it to him, shipped it to the business he works at, and all was good. So all right, I think I've talked long enough. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye.